So they'll be calling you a radical. I haven't done it. Mall walkers versus internet shit talkers for a while, but I waited to say anything about this choke artist in New York. That's a murder. You can't be vigilante. You can't be judge, jury, executioner. There's the problem. So that's my train. I rode the F train forever. I always rode it. And the problem is, I was in New York this year, and I remember telling my daughter, I'm like, the problem is in New York right now, Bean's got everything all hyped up. There's no more freaking violence than there's ever been. There's always been. I mean, you know how many people ride those trains a day? We're talking millions, many millions a day. So I rode those trains for decades. And people don't know how to defuse situations anymore. People are freaking have lost their minds. They cannot defuse anything anymore. That's the problem. There's no diplomacy left in this country. None. No diplomacy left. It used to be there would be somebody cool, logical head on that train. Those people are gone. They've passed away. So I remember being on the same F train right there at Lafayette one time. And there's a dude, he's dressed up, 90s, headbanging gear, and he's having an episode. He's snapped. And he's standing up and he's kicking the freaking door. And he's boom, boom. And I looked at him and I says, hey, Ozzy, why don't you sit the fuck down and sing us Crazy Train? Let's see how you can fucking sing. No more headbanging. He looked right at me all crazy like. And he sat down and started to sing Crazy Train. And then he started to laugh. I started to laugh. And I started to clap. I says, you're a pretty good fucking singer. Thank you, man. He got the train. I remember being in San Diego a few years ago. Spent my whole life there on the buses. Same here in Ogden. We get hello, same all over the country. Hello. Everybody's frustrated. The whole country's lost their mind. How many people in this U.S. are on psych drugs? So, I'm in San Diego, and there's a dude having an episode. He's a big dude. And there's a guy, and he gets up and he's going to save the world. Gets up there and gets in the guy's face, blah, blah, and there's some young people on the bus. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. So I get up. I went over to the guy, and I says, back off. You hear me? Back off, relax. I got this, sit down. I says, you're not from San Diego, are you? PB, no, just got here a little while ago, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you, this is part of our fabric. This is part of our community. We have a lot of homeless people here. We have a lot of mentally ill people here. Look, you just got to handle it. He's okay. He's having an episode. He's loud. He's not hurting anyone. He has no weapons. He's not violent. He's having an episode. It's part of our fabric. We all grow up learning that in San Diego. Well, in Ogden, too. I tell people in Ogden have the best social skills in the world. Fuck, you got it. Same in New York. Used to. So he calms down. After I intervene, sit down. And I start to visit with the guy that got. I'm like, no, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Everything's going to be okay. It's no biggie. I get off the bus. A few days later, I see that same dude that was having the episode. And he comes right up to me. And he's insane. He's totally calm. And he says, hey, I want to tell you, thank you so much on the bus the other day. God, I says, it's cool. I says, we're all frustrated. We're all getting angry. We all have our moments and our events, right? All of this. And so we can, there's one right there. That dude babbles like freaking crazy. Loud. I just get a kick out of him. So I'm in New York a few years ago and protesting at Trump Towers before he became president, right as he's running for president, and all they had was, my new anti-nuclear, signs, no nukes, hands up, no nukes. And there's me and an older guy. And the Trumpettes, I call them. They dress up in red, white, and blue gear, whatever. And I've been dealing with them for years. And they're all politically dogma wound up. They automatically just prejudge us both. And I was like, they're across the street in front of Trump Towers. They're having an event, flag waving. And I tell the old boy, I says, get the fuck out of here. He's, what do you mean? I says, this will get intense. These guys are intense. I can handle it. I can handle it. Go. Just head out. So, because we're both protesting, we're both old school anti-nuclear. Here they come. Oh, God. And they are in my face. Intense. This woman spits right in my face. She's got a kid. He's kicking at me, trying to rip my sign out. And I'm like, wait a minute. You can see what my sign says? I'm protesting anti-nuclear. I'm an anti-nuclear activist. Anti-nuclear energy. Finally, some guy inside the crowd in his red, white, and blue jacket. There's pictures and videos. He says, well, so am I. I'm like, well, what? And he gets him calmed down. And I'm like, no, it's all cool, And here come the cops. They're watching. They're right there. They're a hair late, but here they come. And the white shirt shows up after the cops are talking to me. And he's like, well, we watched that whole thing. She spit right in your face. You want us to press charges against her? I'm like, hell no. So you've seen these scars. I mean, I've had so much happen to me at rallies. And he's like, I tell you, I never seen anybody defuse anything like that in my life. I says, I've been at this a long time. He says, anything we can do for you? I says, there's a really cool juice bar right around the corner. I think it's called Groovy Juice in those days. And go get me one of them cool-ass Groovy Juices. He did. He walked over there and he bought me one. That's happened a lot of times in my life. But that was New York, right? There was always somebody diplomacy. I mean, I've seen it happen in San Diego. The old schoolers, they knew how to handle it, boy. Look, this dude was awfully having a psychosis. He's in a tough situation. I mean, this country is tough. He's been on that train his whole life, making money, doing impersonations. He was Michael Jackson impersonator. That's what people do in New York. I mean, it's a way people survive, and he's not able to do it now. And he's obviously frustrated. He's obviously having mental issues. Who ain't? And so, but for some dude just to jump up, put him in a chokehold and kill him. Judge, jury, execution. And this whole bullshit that somehow there's gotten to be more violence in the subway system. I just had a conversation with my daughter about this yesterday. I says, no, it's just got a heightened spotlight on it right now. There's always been somewhat of it there, but per capita, do the math. There's psycho shit that happens. I mean, come on. The fabric of society. There is so many millions of people a day that ride these things per capita. I mean, get on the local buses. Look at road rage. But you can't take the law into your own hand. Oh, he's an ex-Marine. Oh, God, I grew up in the Marine culture. My dad, especially Marine, so they were the opposite. My dad could he was something else. I mean, he was pure Semper Fi as they get. That dude could defuse shit faster than anybody I ever saw. He was the king. He was the best because he had diplomacy. He had a wit. So you just jump down there, put a guy in a chokehold. Who are you? You're not a judge. You're surely not a jury. You're the executioner. We cannot have vigilantism. And then Eric Adams, who I really don't like. The situation in New York, I'll tell you this problem, the situation in New York is garbage. That garbage union's disturbing. It's kind of like the nuclear industry there. I remember getting off the plane from Italy in New York. And that's when I rode the train with Donovan Mitchell. And this guy, cop, says to me, I had my San Onofre shirt on. He says, oh, we ought to keep San Onofre. I says, too late. He's shut down. Oh, God, it's too late. I said, what do you mean it's too bad? But I get it, The unions run the show in that freaking. The police union's corrupt. We know that. The garbage union's corrupt. Has been for years. So, but riding the subway, I noticed this year when I was there, I told my grandson, because I was just had my hand on the bar and I just reached down to balance myself on a seat. And there was a woman there, and my hand must have just barely touched some older female. And she looked at me, and I'm like, fuck, excuse me, I was just catching my balance. People are so fucking uptight. People need to chill the fuck out, you know? And this whole hyper media sensitivity that's on, I mean, they're just looking to sell fucking print media. They'll fucking sensationalize anything, you know, when they should be talking about Fukushima, you know? And so we can't have vigilantes. Number one, the dude did not have a gun. He did not have a knife. He wasn't threatening to kill anyone. He threw his jacket down. He was pretty intense, from what I understand. It sounds like he was really intense. But so what? There's lots of intense people on that train. I've seen it a million times. A million freaking times. And so when I was there before, I'm like, I've never seen people so uptight on the freaking train. You know, and I thought Eric Adams was going to have the cops. The cops in New York ain't going to fix shit. I mean, I lived there for a long time. They ain't going to do shit. You know, that's an old boys club. It's like the firemen there. I'm friends with lots of firemen. My daughter used to say all the time, they come over to my house all the time when you leave. Can Kevin come out and play? Because I used to drink with them and hang out with them. And they got nothing to do. They're bored. My one friend, post 9/11, he says, post 9/11, I've been on 2 fires in, you know, well over 20 years. Because I don't get called on paramedic calls like they do here. He says, garbage can and dumpsters, my two. We don't do anything. We get bored. So that, hey, can your dad come out and play? We want to go drinking, go to the game, you know. This whole boogeyman fear-mongering complex, that's Operation Foxconn News. Well, they're all doing it. CNN, Tucker Carlson's old employer. Ask Zucker. He's a New Yorker. Trump's celebrity apprentice. Yeah, that's CNN. He came out right and says, we're not news. We're in the entertainment. And ask go Bill O'Reilly. He's old New Yorker. I've met Bill O'Reilly several times, and the reason I knew he was always an act, and he admitted to Stephen Colbert. Well, Stephen, if you're an actor, what am I? Because of Megan Rice and the whole thing, you know, the Catholic workers' rights. He's one of that crowd. So I know him. And from all my work with Megan Rice all those years. And he's like in Dorothy Day's group. He said it perfectly the other day. Fox News, all these news outlets, it's tell them what they want to hear. Not me. That's why I don't think I get any big attention, because I don't do tell them what they want to hear. I don't do tell them what they want to hear. So this dude jumps on, puts in, oh, he's a Marine. He no Marine. Whoop-de-doo. He was in the Marines for 4 years. Did he see combat? No. Went off to Afghanistan. You know, I don't know who he thought he was. Wound up and chokes this dude to death. It's murder. It's a murder. Any way you look at it. It's a murder. We can't have vigilantism, especially in that city. Judge, jury, executioner. In the freaking subways. I mean, if you can't handle a little, you're going to run into, you're in New York for very long, you're going to run into mentally ill, psychotic people on the subway. It's just going to be part of the freaking fabric. That's part of being in New York. It's part of, same in San Diego, same everywhere. Hello. If you can't handle that, stay home in your freaking house with your gun and barricade, because your neighbors want to steal your Walmart goods. No, they don't. I mean, where's the diplomacy? Where's the diplomacy? Where's the diplomacy? People need to find some. You know, they're so uptight. I told my daughter I didn't see any. I seen a lot of uptight people is what I see. You know, I was walking through Fort Greene Park. Comes these young punks, you know, gangstering through, acting like they're all tough guy with my grandson. You know, they're walking right at us. And it was, you know, getting dark. Look, it's old man Jenkins. You know, they're not saying it nice. I'm like, Thank you, man. I says, I know who Old Man Jenkins is. SpongeBob SquarePants. I love Old Man Jenkins. He's the greatest, man. They were like caught completely off guard. Have some fucking diplomacy. This is a murder. You can't choke someone out. I don't give a fuck how crazy and psychotic he was. He didn't punch anybody. He didn't fucking assault anybody. He didn't have a gun. He didn't have a knife. He was just frustrated. Fuck, who ain't? Who ain't? We're all fucking frustrated. Hello? We're all frustrated. Go home and take your side. Well, what, 30% of this country's on some kind of meds? I mean, hello, hello, hello. Having an episode. Ain't we all? Oh my God. So, people are so unfriendly. Well, they're all Mimi. It's a selfishness plague. Have a little diplomacy. All somebody had to do was say, hey man, here, you need something to eat, whatever? Here, come on. I'll buy you some food. Let's go. Or if you can't hang, just get off the subway. Get on the next train. There's another one 5 minutes later. So, people need to chill the fuck out. People in New York, there's no more violence in New York than there ever been on the subways. It's hike through the midi. And you got a bunch of uptight assholes. People need to chill the fuck out. Chill the fuck out. And understand. People have episodes. If you've lived in New York or you've been visited for much long, that's my train. I ride that train all the time. I've seen fucking incidents way worse than this dude. People, you just shake your head and let them have their moment. What do? They're having a moment, man. They're frustrated. The whole country's fucking frustrated. Have some diplomacy. Shan't tune it.